There's a place, a school, an institution where a professor resides. One that for the past 30 years has traveled the world teaching others. A pioneer in America of the fighting science of Savate. One who codified the sports of this fighting style. One who has produced clubs, champions, and continues to develop. Listen to words of Professor Buitron.
Hello, guys. I'm wishing you all the best this week. I wish everybody's doing well. I know I am, and my family is as well. So thank you all. Thank you, God. We're going to be touching base on a question that was asked last week during training, and it was, where do you strike with a Coup De Bas? And what is a Coup De Bas? How do you throw it? When do you throw it? Is it an offensive kick, a defensive kick? What is it? Well, we'll explain that in a minute. But I want to thank you all for being subscribers to our channel. And if you like this content, share it, subscribe, tell a friend. There's a lot of good stuff coming in within the guild this year that we're doing with Dance Through Savate. We're having a 30-second annual passage to God, which is going to be in June, the first weekend of June. It's going to be having Professor Lacen, Professor Jeremy, and myself. We might bring in a guest instructor. It's going to be fun. It's going to be everything about the system of Dance Through Savate, ins and outs. It's going to be tremendous. We're coming back from, I guess, a pandemic, what had occurred. Many of the schools were shut down. Many of the schools were no longer. We lost a lot of members. People lost their loved ones. It was just a tragedy that happened worldwide. And right now we're trying to bring back Savate here, especially in Texas, the U.S., and especially Dance Through Savate for it to continue moving forward. There's a lot of good stuff that's going on. My book, Roots on the Lone Star, the Sacatripa, it came out from publisher. We're supposed to be getting Walk Like a Band Dog and Not a Shih Tzu within a couple of weeks. I just heard from the publisher that we should be getting it probably next week or the week after. And it's a book. That book is about do the right thing within any martial art. You can use it for any martial art. It's about me, my mistakes that I made, for you not to follow, the life that I've had within Savate, and how it's been. I'll let you all read it if you guys want to borrow or buy any one of those books. If you guys want to buy and get them signed, shoot me an email, buitronacademy2012@gmail.com. With that said, let's go with the question. The question is, what is this? What is a Coup De Bas? Well, you all have to realize that in the realm of Savate books and says, Dance Through Savate, there are three types of kicking, three types of mechanics. People will always, in the martial arts, will always say motion is motion. This kick's the same as that kick. No, it's not. There are differences. They use differences. The targets are different. The mechanics are different. It's, motion might be motion, but if I throw something at you, that's one motion. If I roll it, it's another. So with that being said, martial arts should be treated as such. If you want to learn Savate books from says or Savate Dance Through Savate, there's plenty of people that can help you with that. Learn it correctly. There's a lot of videos out there on the internet, and some of them are fun to watch. Just to watch. There's some good historical content that's coming up, especially in this day and age. We have a lot of people finding old films that weren't around, that were locked up in a university someplace, and lost films really, and they're coming out, which is great. Well, Coup De Bas. In Savate, you have three types of kicks, which next week or the week after, I'll touch base on that. One is a fouet movement, which is a whip. The other one is a chasse movement, which is a piston type motion. Chasse frontal, chasse lateral. Then the next one is a balancé movement, which basically you're balancing on your hip and on the femur of one leg. Kicks are going to the balancé, tendu, frontal reverse, souplesse lateral, and of course, your Coup De Bas. And the Coup de Bas is a unique kick because there's two ways to perform it, two distinct ways. You have a frap and you have a desequilibre. One, the frap strikes the tibia, as many want to claim that it's for the tibia. Remember, if you kick a coup de bas and you're kicking at the knee or higher, it's wrong. It's usually sock line, okay, where your ankle is. If you do it, perform it correctly, you actually want to take the ankle with you. You want to break the ankle bone when it's done for the person not to be able to walk. If done correctly with power and precision, you'll take the person would freeze and then makes the next step. That's when the foot cracks. Believe it or not, it's happened. I've seen it. The other one is desequilibre. A desequilibre is you're hitting sole to sole and you knock it out, kind of like a sweeping motion. But again, common mistakes of a coup de bas. People bending at the hip, people bending at the knee, people kicking with the point of the shoe, people thinking it's like an oblique kick from karate. An oblique kick from karate is more similar to a chasse italienne than it is to a coup de bas. Chasse italienne is not a coup de bas. Coup de bas is a coup de bas. Now, can I do a jumping coup de bas? Yes, you can. Can I do a spinning coup de bas? Of course. Can I do double coup de bas? Of course. You know, the person that used to do great double coup de bas and will attack both legs, it's kind of like throwing jab, two crosses, one to the stomach, one to the face, was our trainer, my professor, Richard Sela. He used to do that all the time. And when you spar with him, he'll do that. And that's something that we've picked up from him was that double coup de bas. He'll hit the front leg and then immediately when you move it out of the way, you hit the other leg and it'll cause you to do a split or knock you down on the ground. Can a coup de bas be used defensively? Of course it can. Can it be used offensively? Yes. How can you example of it being used offensively? You throw a jab or a cross, you lean back. As you're leaning back, you're delivering the. How about offensively? You throw a combination, the coup de bas goes in, jab cross coup de bas, steps out, or jab coup de bas jab. Those are simple combinations. You see, you have to live the life of a saboteur, going day by day, gym by gym, going up the ranks, understanding, seeing others, seeing other clubs, your professor to take you to other instructors for you to see what Savate is. Because if you're reading it out of a book, every book looks good. Every single one of them. Every picture looks the same. You get a picture from 1890, 1920, 1950, 1975, and right now, a coup de bas is the same thing. It hasn't changed. Maybe the dress, better camera, better footage. But a coup de bas is a kick specifically to Savate. Okay, it came from Savate, went to Boc Français, it kind of divided, went back together in Savate and Boc Français. Of course, we in Dance Root come from those roots. So that's why we use a coup de bas. Coup de bas is not an Oriental art kick. It's not used in the jungles from here. It came from the streets of Paris. Why? Because it was a shoe. Remember, you have to realize that in Savate, you use your shoe as a weapon. And while using your shoe as a weapon changes the whole element of why you're studying the art. Okay? So there's a couple of videos that I'll be playing while we're watching, when you all are watching this, clips of how the coup de bas made in different periods of time. You have to realize you need good shoes. Boots are fine. Combat boots are fine. Doc Martens are great. Leather sole shoes are great. Why? Because they're going to cut. They're going to cut muscle. They're going to cut muscle to bone. It's a hard kick. You know, the person's going to be hurting once done effectively. And remember, it's not done like a kick of soccer, like if you're kicking a soccer ball. It's done to break the person's ankles for the person not to be able to move. Remember, you take an assailant's legs in the street. you have the advantage. You know what I'm saying? So you have to realize that. Savate is a fighting art. It was honed in the streets. It was practiced in the gyms. It was later on honed in the gyms because they were going to use them in the ring. It was used and practiced in the ring and brought back. So it's always evolving, but it's always those three things: street, ring, gym, street, ring, gym. With that said being done, there's a video. Professor Jean-Pierre Leblanc is explaining the Coup De Bas, how they used to teach it in the 60s and 50s, and the reason for the way they used to teach it in both instances that way. It's fantastic.
André, je suis trop court. Là, je suis à distance de fouetter, sans tricher ici. Ici, je touche pas, je fléchis, je touche pas, je rentre le pied, je touche. Et je mets du bras. Le tombé de bras, il m'aide à aller loin. Ici. Par contre, si je suis ici, le tombé de bras, il ne sert à rien, il faudrait être con pour le faire. Mais si je suis à distance de fouetter jambe arrière, ici, là, ici, à cette même distance-là, je peux aller chercher. Voilà, c'est tout ce que j'avais à dire, mais c'est tout bête. Quand on me dit c'est de la boxe à l'ancienne, il faut arrêter les conneries, c'est pas de la boxe à l'ancienne, c'est peut-être de la boxe à l'ancienne, mais ça a sa raison d'être. Voilà.
Okay. I'm going to leave you with this. You all stay safe, be safe, and stay healthy. Practice. If you guys want to learn more about Savate, drop me an email with thronacademy@2012@gmail.com, or basically look at, if you want to learn online, join Buitron Academy at buymeacoffee.com. You can join the members. There's different memberships there. Join the crew. You get enough material there all the way up to Green Glove. That's 2 years worth of material. There's a lot of talking. There's people communicating. There's people, saying, Professor, how come this wasn't done before? It wasn't invented before. All right. Until next time, much peace.
Come train at the best kept secret of Laredo, Buitron Academy, 956-401-4868, Savate.biz.